Om. Sairam, everyone. Just to recollect where we were last week, I think Swami was talking about Prakriti. So I think the last week when we ended, I think the topic which we were discussing was the Prakriti, which loses its one form and becomes many um, due to the association of the function of the gunas. I think that's what we were discussing. I don't know if we completed that discussion, so maybe we'll read that portion and then proceed slowly forward. Saira.
Saram. If the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, are equally balanced, then there will be no change in him. This never happens. It is always out of balance. When one is dominant and the others are dormant, then Prakriti makes him assume many roles. The three gunas represent the three aspects of human nature. Rajoguna is the attachment that brings about desires and creates eagerness to enjoy the objective world that is seen. It breeds desire for physical and heavenly pleasure. Tamo guna cannot grasp the reality, so it is misunderstood easily and takes the false to be the true. It lands persons into negligence and error. It binds instead of releasing. Sattva guna controls the cause of grief and sorrow, encourages people to follow the path of real joy and happiness. Therefore, being single pointed and unaffected by either of these three is the basis for purity and steadfastness. Have a glass chimney of the lamp clear. Its light will shine bright. Have a glass that is multicolored, its light will be dimmed. On the other hand, if the lamp is kept inside a mud pot, the darkness will continue as it was. The lamp is the same, but the container affects the expression. Sattva guna is the lamp that shines clear through the white glass chimney. Rajaguna is the many-colored glass chimney that makes the light dim and poor. And Tamoguna is the mud pot inside which the lamp is totally ineffective. Satvaguna is Atmanyana. Rajaguna is sullied to some extent, as smoke sullies the chimney and dims the light, and it also agitates the flame of the lamp so that it is not straight and steady. Tamoguna is the suppression of the light, or jnana, that is the very nature of man.
Thank you, sister. So this was the passage which we read, and the discussion related to that. I think it's maybe it is not there in the English. I guess in the Telugu it was there. That the Prakriti, which was of one form, becomes many because of the association with the gunas. And I think we were trying to understand what Swami was trying to uh, explain there. I think the question I think Kalyani had posted, asked, that is, what is that form of the Prakriti which had once one form? Because Swami, this to read the Telugu, అట్లుగాక మూడు గుణములు చెదరి హెచ్చు తగ్గులగుచుండిన హెచ్చు తగ్గులగుచుంటిన ప్రకృతి తన ఏక రూపమును వదలి పలువిధములగు రూపముల కనిపించుచుండును. So that was the point. So I think the question was, what was the form of Prakriti which is one? So I think we were discussing that. I think it is a state of Prakriti beyond the gunas. At in creation, that was the process, and I think all sadhana is to get to that point. Even though we live in this world, Swami wants us to cultivate that samatva in the mind. So if we transcend the gunas, we also as human beings reach that state of oneness with God, I guess. That was my view, but I will open it up for others to share any thoughts you have.
Sairam.
Auntie.
Actually, when all the three gunas are in the balance,
Yes.
they should be in a balance. If the balance is disturbed, then the three gunas come out. That is what Prakriti Swabhava. The nature of Prakriti is all the three gunas are in balance. And when disturbance takes place, they come out as Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, and as different gunas, and the creation takes the form. Sairam.
Sairam, thank you, Auntie. Anyone else would like to please, pardon, go ahead.
Like if we are transcending the gunas, then doesn't that mean that you're kind of at the stage of like being one with Purusha? So then, because that's why because here Swami specifically saying Prakriti's Eka Rupam.
So Prakriti is capable of Ekarupam or Palurupam. Okay. So creation is because of the Palurupam, and that's a natural state. But I think within the manyness of the Prakriti, there is underlying that there is that oneness also. Underlying that there is that oneness. But this world is not going to cease to exist. The gunas will always exist, and because of the gunas, that creation has taken place. And all the changes in the world is because of that fluctuation in the gunas. Like every day when the sun rises and sun sets, the gunas actually change. Swami says there is a sattvic period, there is a tamasic period, there is a rajasic period. So that is part of nature. But within all this, there is that oneness. So for example, if you take the sun doesn't undergo the change. And it's only when on earth we feel this. As far as the sun is concerned, it is just shedding light and that's it. But because in relation to where we are, because the earth is rotating, the three gunas actually rotate. So there's a cycle. But the thing is, within that cycle, we can reach that oneness if we are not affected by the gunas. So there is the one as well as many, which is present in Prakriti. The Prakriti is capable of being beyond the gunas or below the gunas. So I think that's what Swami is saying. But for us to get to that state of beyond the gunas, our gunas have to be balanced, which is the samadhi, or Swami says samadhi itself is that, where your mind has become equanimous, samachittam. That's possible by cultivating abhyasa, because that is the Prakriti is incapable of doing it, but we are capable of doing it. The real we, the real I, because there is that Purushatva is there in us also. So we are capable of transcending the gunas by not being caught up in the imbalance of the Prakriti. And with that, anything can be done. So I think, as you said, yes, it's an aspect of Purusha, because even in every being, there's a Purusha as well as Prakriti. We can transcend the gunas, and then we will have that Prakriti. See, even when we looked at the Prakriti in that earlier Gita chapter, Swami is talking about Apara Prakriti, Para Prakriti. Okay, Apara Prakriti is the world creation and everything. But there's something called Para Prakriti. Okay, Para Prakriti, Swami says, which is one. Okay, so that Para Prakriti is one, Apara Prakriti is many. It's the way I understand. I hope it may be a limited understanding, because from those we can understand Prakriti is of two kinds. One is para Prakriti, one is apara Prakriti.
It is supposed to have lower nature and higher nature. Lower nature is called apara Prakriti, higher nature is para Prakriti. So he is pure and absolute there. Here it takes many forms in the creation. That's why it's called apara Prakriti. Sorry.
Sorry, Auntie Sakhu, you have raised your hand.
Yeah, I don't want to take much time. Just I want to make myself clear. This Prakriti, Andi Bhashyam said that it is in all gunas are at balanced state. You said we have to transcend above the three gunas to reach that highest level. So we have to become superior to Prakriti.
Auntie, you would like to answer?
You have to transcend.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I unmuted.
Yeah, we heard Auntie, we heard you. So Mani Auntie is trying to, I asked Mani Auntie to
explain. Okay.
Okay. Sairam. Yeah. These three gunas are always in balance. When the balance is disturbed, that's what Swami is saying here. Gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas are equally balanced. When there is a change, then the whole creation starts taking place. So, but we have to transcend these three gunas if you have to reach that para Prakriti. That's what Arun is saying.
So Auntie, Mani Auntie, because I think what Sakhu Auntie is referring to, because there is one place Swami says, the gunas are incapable of being balanced.
Incapable of being balanced.
Yeah, so
where is it? It is written here?
Yes, Auntie. So that's, I think that's why she's asking.
Assume.
Thank you.
Which line? Which line is?
Yeah,
in the first paragraph, in the third sentence, it is always out of balance.
It's always out of balance. For the creation to take place, it has to. Unless there is a change in this position of this sattva, rajas and tamas, creation cannot take place. Only when they are out of balance, creation takes place. It should be in balance, equally balanced, but it will not, because creation has to take place. It will also go out of balance. Sairam. I think what my knowledge, whatever tells, I am telling you.
Yeah, Auntie, because I think, because he's saying, see, Swami's.
When one is dominant and others are dormant.
Yeah. Gunamulaku kaka mare miyu, manamuni marcha levu.
మానవుని యందులి త్రిగుణములైన సత్వ రజస్తమో గుణములు సమస్థితిలో ఉండిన మానవుని యందు ఎట్టి మార్పును రాదు, లేదు, కలుగదు. అట్లుగాక మూడు గుణములు చెదిరి హెచ్చు తగ్గులు అగుచుండిన ప్రకృతి తన ఏకరూపమును వదలి పల విధములగు రూపములు కనిపించుచుండను. Here is it.
Okay, so this is what Auntie is.
Yeah.
This is what is in the Telugu. Okay.
Telugu.
If you read the English, what they say is, if the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas are equally balanced, then there will be no change in him. This never happens. It is always out of balance. That's what the English says.
But in Telugu, it's not there. It's not there.
So as you can see, the gunas have come into the translation. So, there is some confusion.
Confusion, you have said.
Yeah. So, just to Sakhu Auntie.
Yeah.
What Mani Auntie is telling is in the Telugu, what Swami is saying is, if the qualities are equally present, then there will not be any change.
Any change.
Okay. But when they go up and down, then that oneness becomes many. That's what the Telugu says.
Creation.
Okay, but unfortunately in the English,
It is
because
always out of balance. That is not the correct thing.
so that's a translation of someone who was in the grip of the gunas.
We are all in the group of gunas. Nobody is free from that.
So the translation is below the gunas, and the Telugu original is above the gunas. So sorry. Okay, Auntie Sakku Auntie, are you okay?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome. Yes, hi Satish, please go ahead.
Hi, Ramana. So last time we had stopped at a point where we were saying the one became two, that is the Purusha became the two, which is Purusha.
Brother Sai Sathis, we cannot hear you.
Is it okay now?
Oh, good.
Okay, great. Yeah.
The
So,
gunas are not balanced. Okay.
okay, I will not answer. Yeah. Yeah. So I just wanted to continue last week, and the thing was the Purusha had become like what we had discussed, how the Purusha becomes two, which is the Purusha and the Prakriti. And then from the Prakriti, you have the Trigunas, and from the Trigunas, you have the Panchabhutas. So the 1, 2, 3, and 5. So now the thing is, we say that when the gunas go out of balance, that is when the whole of the creation and things, both at the macrocosm and microcosm, both levels, it happens. So the thing that I had in mind for both last time and this time is, what is that state of Prakriti when the Trigunas are born out of it? Because at that point in time, we used the screen analogy last time, and the screen we say is the Paramatman, and everything that gets reflected on it is just a projection. And what is the screen by itself remains untouched by the 5 elements or the gunas or anything of that. Everything is a projection on that. Now, going back to that and what we discussed, when the Purusha becomes the Prakriti, when it becomes 2, and then there is an imbalance in the gunas, which creates the 3, what is that state? Because that is the state that is prior to creation happening, right? Or literally at the point of creation. So the thing was, what is it at that point in time when Prakriti manifests? Because none of the Panchabhutas have come out. The Trigunas have not come. What is that state of Prakriti? Is that state of Prakriti literally the screen? Because that screen is the basis of projection. So what we are saying is, because the Paramatman is unmanifest, in which case is Prakriti that screen on which the Trigunas and everything happen? Though we referred to the screen being the Paramatman, is it actually the Prakriti? Because the Prakriti now has given a form to that Paramatman. By itself, Paramatman has to be formless. So we cannot even say like a screen exists. I hope I'm clear in the ask.
Yeah. So I think your question is, let me see if I understood. Paramatma, you said, is unmanifest.
Yes, Anna. Paramatman is unmanifest, yeah.
And but then the creation takes place. So you're asking, what was that state of the Paramatman?
What is the state of the Prakriti? Because Paramatman is anyway unmanifest. What is the state of Prakriti before the Trigunas came into being?
Yeah.
Good
question. Anyone who would like to respond to Sai Satish?
Just
Yes,
add,
Auntie.
before creation, Prakriti was Jada. That you know. That Jada Prakriti cannot act on its own. When the light of Purusha falls on the Jada, it becomes active. Then the balance is disturbed. Otherwise, Prakriti as it exists, it was as a Jada Prakriti which has no this thing of anything. It cannot manifest itself in different Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. It cannot, unless the light of consciousness, the light of Purusha falls on Jada and it makes it active. Then the whole creation takes place. That is pre-existing condition of the Prakriti is Jada. That's what I have learned. I don't know whether it is correct or not. Please correct me if it is. Aruna.
Anyone else? Thank you very much, Auntie. Anyone else would like to share your thoughts?
Yes, I am, brother.
Yes.
So Swami is here explaining the three gunas. Everyone, we are in the different state of gunas. In order to see oneness, in order to see oneness, we are in the Prakriti. Okay, we are in the Prakriti. I know my sister doesn't like it when I answer it. So we are. I'm disturbed a little bit. And okay, in order to see that, we have to move.
Affecting, that's all. No problem, bro.
Yeah, we have to move to the sattvic nature. When we move, extend, we are above the sattvic nature. That's balance. Mean we have to come out from the tamas. We have to come out from all the three gunas. That is called balanced. Not 33.100% divided by 33.9 or anything. You have to come out. That is zero. You are above. Then only you will see the divinity, because the Prakriti form as a delusion God created. So that nature will multiply. That nature always multiply. That is nothing to do with the three gunas. It will multiply. It can be your quality is tamas. It can be multiplied. That so when you come to that transcended with the three gunas, we'll see oneness. That means that even the Prakriti is a form of Lord. That is a Paramatma. But people forget to see the behind.
Brother, let me. So Swami is making that first sentence. If the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas are equally balanced. So what are you saying? That statement is incorrect?
This translates that whatever they translated is wrong, in my opinion. It cannot be balanced. Balance means not 33 point something. So
sorry, Mani Auntie wants to say something. Yes, Auntie.
It was in balance. Before creation, it was in balance. This statement is very, very correct. Good three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas are all equally balanced before creation took place. As I'm quoting from this.
So that means balance mean we are talking about 33 point something equal divided by
whatever
3.
Your calculation, I don't know, but
No, balance mean transcendent mean that.
So brother, Swami is using the word samastitilo undu.
Samastiti.
So samastiti means, so if you know this weighing scale, have you seen the weighing scale?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the weighing scale, is it balanced or not?
That is balanced.
Is it always balanced?
No, if you put something on one other side, it is not balanced.
So okay, so the gunas are also like that. So they are in a certain state of equilibrium. That's the word. It's not equal, brother. It's a state of equilibrium. So that means they are all not moving. They are all staying very firm, almost static, which is what Auntie said, jada. Jada means just leave left to themselves, they will be unperturbed. Unperturbed means when you're perturbed, your balance goes out. Like for example, if somebody says something, we agitated, that means they're perturbed. If you go to a pond, and it may be still. You drop a stone, then you will see the ripples. But if you go to the ocean Ocean, you will always see at the periphery lots of waves, very high waves. But Swami will say, if you go deep into the ocean, there are no waves. So is ocean capable of samasthiti? Yes. Very deep, if you go deep, it is sama. But when you come to the surface, it is always unbalanced. So Swami is using the word samasthiti. So in this world, so that's what Auntie said, when Purusha and Prakriti in the original state, there was no perturbation. There's no movement. So as soon as the movement happens, then there is imbalance. So once that imbalance comes, then the creation takes place. So that is why in the Upanishads, there's a statement, Ekoham Bahushya. So that in that state, the Purusha, even the unmanifest Purusha, at that time there's no Ekam also. The Purusha in creation becomes the Ishvara, and the Ishvara says, I am going to be many. As soon as that Sankalpa, the Sankalpa of creation takes place, Ekoham Bahushya, the first step is the Prakriti forms, which is in an equilibrium, which is like Jada, nothing happens. But then the Purusha can't keep quiet. He has to perturb it. Once he perturbs it, then the three gunas rise up their hoods, and they are all vying with each other who is going to dominate the other. And then the creation takes place. So that is a Leela of the Lord. Through his will, he makes the gunas come into an active state. And only why they have to come in active state, only then the creation takes place. But even after the creation is taking place, the Purusha remains one. Underneath everything, supporting everything, he is the one, who has pinched the baby and he's quiet. Baby is crying, then he will say, okay, now let's put the baby to sleep. That's the way the creation is. Because it's a Leela of the Lord. So original state of Prakriti, when it was created, it was in a state of equilibrium. Unfortunately, in the English translation, they made this, it is always out of balance has been added. Okay, because then because of that statement, now we are all unbalanced. Okay, so equilibrium, a state of equilibrium of the three gunas is the proper translation of the Telugu statement. I hope Auntie Mani is, if I'm wrong, she will correct.
Thanks.
So
Thank
Sairam,
you.
brother. So I'm looking at that point of the human nature, because we are the three gunas. So you mentioned about the ocean, and the surface is always not balanced because of the all kind of characteristic. When we do the sadhanas, it's like a ocean. When we go down deep and deep, then you're going to have that the balanced state. The balanced state means your mind is going to be calm and everything. You can achieve the goal.
You will have 33.333, 33.333, 33.3.
Make
Okay,
it
brother.
100. Make it 100.
That's what Swami, I think the Swami is talking about. When you're looking at ourselves,
Yes.
the three gunas characters, that's what I am looking at that point, brother.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
Sairam.
Sairam, brother, Sairam.
Thank you. All of you made it so clear. Thank you.
Okay.
Hopefully we reach that oneness.
Have we answered the question of Sai Satish?
Okay, that Sai Satish has raised his hand to tell us whether.
No, he asked a question whether Prakriti, before what is the state of Prakriti before the
Gunas. Before the gunas
became active, with the three gunas,
Sai
and
Satish.
Auntie said Jada.
Thanks, Andy. So just building on that. So what is Jada? Because we are saying Prakriti is Jada, but what is that state of Prakriti which is Jada? Because at that point in time, creation by itself did not exist, right? So I'm just trying to understand why I'm saying, asking this also, let me clarify. Because every time we say, like if Purusha is the sun, then Prakriti is like the rays of the sun. We call that the vesture of the Paramatman. So now where I'm trying to, where I'm finding it difficult is we are saying that there was something Jada, and on that Jada, the Purusha's light fell, which caused the perturbation, creating the three gunas going into imbalance, which resulted in the creation. So that part I got, Auntie.
Yeah.
But where I'm finding where I need more understanding is what is it that was Jada? Because if we are saying something is Jada, that means something was there and that was Jada, and on that light fell, or some whatever, however we are saying. So I'm just trying to understand
So I
that
think
and reconciling that.
okay, Sai Satish, I think as soon as we think Jada or the Prakriti exists apart from the Purusha, then we have the issue. The thing is, Jada itself is a part of the Lord. So, but when we say Jada, we tend to think that see the Lord Purusha, he separated himself from a Chaitanya and Jada. He just formed. It is Jada is also him. The Chaitanya also him. Okay, just for the sake of creation, these two came into being originally. So Jada is nothing but another manifestation of Purusha himself. It is nothing different. It's not apart. That's why Swami says one is Swabhava, one is Swarupa. It's okay. So the thing is, one is its real form, one is its real nature. So from nature perspective, is it Swabhava, Kalyani? Is it Swabhava?
Yes,
Yes.
Prakriti
Swabhava.
is Swabhava.
So Apara Prakriti is Swabhava. Para Prakriti is Swarupa.
Swarupa.
So the thing is, both are actually the same. So the Apara Prakriti, which is Swabhava, is actually Jada in nature. But when we say Jada, that means it's something which stands outside. No, it is the Swabhava of the Lord, which is the Jada.
Yeah.
So number one. Number two, when we say when the light fell, the Purusha is capable of withdrawing or engaging. That ability is the Chaitanya Shakti. It can either withdraw or go out. See, when we say this Jada word, I am immediately reminded of Jada Bharata.
Yeah.
Jada Bharata was such a great jnani that he became Jada. He became inert, unmoved, completely in balanced state. So he was called Jada Bharata because he was Jada. So he said, so that is the original state. We have come, a person who is capable of, so Purusha and the original Purusha is capable of at will becoming Jada or Chaitanya as the will takes place, and he is in control of everything. That is why he transcends the gunas. Because he is at will, he can balance the gunas. At will, he can imbalance the gunas. But then we should not, where we are, because we are Jivatma, okay? Though we have all the aspects of each of them, we have the sparks of Jada, we have sparks of Prakriti, we have the spark of Purusha. The Lord makes us understand that this is the real nature. So if we strive to connect to the Purusha, who is that one, then we will also have the ability to overcome the gunas. And the gunas will be in under control, the Indriyas will be in our control. So at will, we can become Jada or not. So Jada is nothing which separates, stands out. It's the Lord who has made himself into those two aspects and place with each other is my understanding. I will stop here. I don't have anything beyond this to say. If anyone else has something to add.
So it actually is divine play.
Yes, it is divine play.
So Anna, in that context, actually it seems everything is Chaitanya, but Jada is the process of the Chaitanya showing up as two, right? Because what
Yes.
we are saying is, though we are calling that as Jada, but that Jada also is filled with Chaitanya. So just the division process makes it look like Jada and one as Chaitanya, but everything is Chaitanya, and just whether you call it Mahamaya or Maya or Jada, that process is making it look as one is separate from the other.
Exactly. So once we see the world as divine, Vishwarupa Darshana, then it's all one.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
It
you.
is-
It's very clear.
Sai Ram, I hope so.
Sai Ram.
So I think Tamo, we have slowly transcended Tamo Guna, it looks like. That's the last sentence. But at least we are deluding ourselves that we have transcended, but it's okay. It's for the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Let's see. Okay, so shall we move on? If anyone has something else to discuss on this chapter, we will. Otherwise, we'll move to the next chapter. It's the 23rd chapter.
Yeah.
The three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, undergo various permutations, combinations, and modifications and become manifested as all this creation, this universe, this prakriti. Therefore, this prakriti is subject to changes. It is not fixed, true. But the Atma is Chaitanya, consciousness, which is Tejo Rupam, sheer effulgence. And so it is not subject to blemishes or modifications. The body is Prakriti. Buddhi and Manas are also Prakriti. For this reason, they too differ according to the degree of excess or deficiency of one or other of the gunas. Sattva guna is steady, pure, unselfish, light. So those who have these characteristics will have no wish or want. They will be fit for the knowledge of Atma. Those with Rajoguna will be engaged in acts tarnished with tinge of ego. They may have the urge to do service to others, but that urge will drive them on to win fame and take pride in their achievement. They will yearn for their own good, along with the good of others. Those who are endowed with Tamoguna are overcome by the darkness of ignorance, and so they grope about, not knowing what is right and what is wrong. Any one of these three gunas makes the person unfit for the realization of the highest reality, which liberates the individual and merges him in the universal. Since the person is embedded in Prakriti, he fondly believes himself to be experiencing the gunas which from Prakriti. But this is an illusion. To destroy this illusion, inquiry into the nature and characteristics of the Kshetra or Prakriti has become necessary. For the beginner, the sadhaka, inquiry into knowledge and the known are essential. But the jnani has to pay more attention to these gunas. The known is the reality, the experience of the divine basis of all.
Thank you, Nirmata. So maybe Auntie, shall we read the Telugu, Auntie?
Yes, yes, sure. Sure. Sattva, rajas, తమో గుణములనబడు మూడు గుణములు అనేక పరిణామములు కలిగి ప్రకృతి యందు వ్యక్తమగుచుండుటచే ప్రకృతి ఇట్స్ లాంగ్ సెంటెన్స్ లెట్ మీ సత్వ రజస్ తమో గుణముల అనుబడు మూడు గుణములు అనేక పరిణామములు కలిగి ప్రకృతి యందు వ్యక్తమగుచు.
So I'm saying the sattva, rajas and tamo gunas, these three gunas, they undergo various changes. And in this world, they manifest themselves.
ప్రకృతి యందు వ్యక్తమగుచుండుటచే ప్రకృతికిట్టి మార్పులు కలుగుచున్నవి.
When they manifest themselves, the nature undergoes changes.
ఆత్మ తేజోరూపమైన చైతన్యము
The Chaitanya or the sentience, which is effulgent form of the Atman,
దానికెట్టి గుణ వికారములు లేవు.
for that there are no differences, changes related to gunas.
దానికెట్టి కళంకము రాదు.
It does not have any blemishes. There no blemish can come to it.
బుద్ధి మనస్సు శరీరము మొదలగువన్నీయు ప్రకృతి రూపములగుటచే
When the buddhi, manas and body, deha, no, body, all these three, all those, etc., they in this nature, when they form a part of nature,
తమ యందలి గల గుణాధిక్యమును బట్టి వానిలో లోపములు ఉండును.
so based on the guna which is actually in force, based on that there will be some deficiencies in that.
సత్వగుణము నిశ్చల నిర్మల నిస్వార్థ తేజస్సు.
So the sattva guna is always, it's unperturbed, unblemished and unselfish effulgence.
కాన ఈ గుణము కలవారికి ఎట్టి కోరికయు లేక ఉండును.
The people who have this quality, for them there will be absolutely no desire.
కోరికలు లేనివాడే ఆత్మజ్ఞానమునకు అర్హుడగును.
Only one who does not have any desire is qualified or eligible for Atma Jnana.
రజోగుణము కలవాని కర్మలయందు కొంత కళంకము కలిగి,
so the one who has rajoguna, for to him there in his actions there will be certain slight blemish.
పరోపకార బుద్ధి ఉండియు అందులో ఫలమును కీర్తిని కోరి పరోపకారముతో పాటు స్వార్థమును సైతము అపేక్షించును.
So what he would do is, even though he will have the welfare of others in mind, in that he will be expecting a certain fruit, or in the form of fame, desire some, Nanti?
For himself he desires.
Yeah. So he will desire for some fame for himself along with the welfare of others.
తమో గుణము కలవాని జ్ఞానము అంధకారం గుటచే,
when the one who has tamo guna in force, he will have ignorance or darkness.
ఏది చేయ తగినది ఏది చేయ తగనది అని తెలుసుకొనలేదు.
He will not know what should be done and what should not be done.
ఈ మూడు గుణములుండ వరకును నిర్వికారుడై గుణాతీతుడై మోక్షమును పొందలేడు.
Yeah, when these three gunas are present in someone, one will not be able to reach the emancipation or liberation by becoming one who is given to no changes and who is one beyond the gunas.
పురుషుడు ప్రకృతి యందున్న వాడు కనుక,
Purusha, because he is in the prakriti,
ఈ కారణమున ప్రకృతి సంబంధముకు గుణములు అనుభవించుచుండినట్లు కనిపించుచుట ఉన్న,
because of that reason, because he's he's related to he's getting entangled with the prakriti, it will seem as if he is experiencing the gunas.
ఈ కనిపించుచున్న భ్రమను తొలగించుకొనుటే క్షేత్ర విచారణ అని తేలినది.
So to this delusion which is perceived or appearing as something, to get rid of that, we have to do the vicharana, the inquiry into the kshetra.
క్షేత్ర విచారణ. సాధకునకు జ్ఞాన జ్ఞేయములు ప్రధానమైన అంశములు.
For sadhakas, the knowledge, jnana, and that which should be known, jnaya, are very important parts.
జ్ఞానికి సుగుణములే ప్రధానమనియు.
For jnani, or the one who is endowed with knowledge, jnana, for them, good qualities are very important.
దైవ సాక్షాత్కారమే జ్ఞేయమనియు గ్రహించవలెను.
The manifestation of divinity, or the in front of one's eyes, is the goal to be attained. Thus, we have to understand.
That's, I think, there it has stopped.
Did we stop here, or
Known is the reality, the experience of the divine basis of all.
yes, okay. But I think the translation, all sorts of things. Jnani has to pay more attention to these gunas. The known is the reality, the experience of the divine basis of all.
Here, that the sentence,
Yes,
since
Auntie.
the person is embedded in Prakriti, why he
That's
embedded?
Sambandham, they have translated as embedded.
Embedded, no. He fondly believes himself to be experiencing the gunas, which form Prakriti.
I don't know how from the fond came, but
This particular sentence, since the person is embedded in Prakriti, Swami is saying here,
Prakriti yandu vaadu kanuka.
Vadu. Purushudu Prakriti yandunna vadu kanuka. That's all he's.
Aa karanamuna Prakriti sambandhamagu gunam. That's I think that's what it means.
Purusha is, sorry, go ahead, please. Go
Yes,
ahead.
Auntie, that sentence means Purusha because he is in the Prakriti?
Yes. Prakriti yandu unna vadu. See, in the Prakriti also the Purusha is present. Okay. Vadu kanuka. Because of that, and his interaction, sambandhamulagu, gunamula anubhavinchu, because he's there, it looks as if he is experiencing the gunas which are related to the Prakriti.
And it is a delusion, Brahma.
It's a
delusion.
Yeah.
So he has to make inquiry into the Kshetra Vichara.
Okay. Sister Aruna.
Brother, as you have read it, that last sentence in the paragraph, the jnani has to pay more attention to these gunas.
No,
doesn't make sense, isn't it?
No, it doesn't. Okay. Swami, in the Telugu, Swami clearly says,
No, he just...
Jnaniki sugunamule pradhanamaniyu. So for a jnani, good qualities.
Good qualities
are important. So which has been translated as pay more attention to these gunas. No, when he's, I don't know. Sugunam means good gunas.
The Swami is saying that they have to pay attention to the...
No, pay attention, he says. For a jnani, good qualities are important.
Essential.
Yes.
Essential. Thank you.
And why for the jnani and not for the sadhaka?
That's the thing.
Why for the jnani?
సాధకునకు జ్ఞాన జ్ఞేయములు ప్రధానమైన అంశములు జ్ఞానికి సుగుణములే ప్రధానమనియు. Here I don't think there is any difference between sadhaka and gnani. Sadhaka, after for a beginner he is a sadhaka, then he becomes a gnani. Isn't that?
Yes, Auntie. So,
okay.
See, jnani is what? See, jnani is the highest level of sadhaka.
That's it.
See, jnani is also a bhakta. Okay, the fourth kind of bhakta in arti, artharthi, jijnasu, jnani. Jnani is also a bhakta. Until he merges and becomes one is a bhakta. He is also a sadhaka.
Brother, it could be say like this: sadhukas, they have to inquire about the knowledge and known, which is reality. Where the jnani has the knowledge, now they have to go for the known, the reality to experience. So that's how we can differentiate. Sadhuka has to know the knowledge and known. For jnanis has the knowledge, they have to go for the known. Thank you.
Jnani has to go for the?
He has to understand the reality. That's how they have put it, right?
No, Swami is saying for the sadhaka, jnana and jnaya are both important.
Yes, knowledge and known are essential. For
So
jnani,
yes,
considered as he has knowledge already. Am I right? Now he has to go for the reality to experience the divine.
Aruna, there are three things here. One is Gnani, and what he is going to attain is Jnaya, and what is at last he attains is Gnana. Gnana is the sadhana, by which he reaches Jnaya. Gnani, Jnaya, Gnana. These three things are called Triputi. We have to be very clear about all. Gnani is the one who is doing the sadhana, who wants to know about Jnaya. And at last he gets that Gnana.
Jnaya is the Paramatma. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
so in the last two sentences, Swami is talking about these three. Swami is talking about sadhaka, jnana, and jnaya.
Yeah.
For the sadhaka, both jnana and jnaya are important.
Yes.
Then in the next sentence, Swami is explaining what these are. So jnani ki sugunamale pradhanamanyu. So who is a jnani? The person who has good qualities. Okay. Jnaya is the presence, the manifestation of the Lord in front of one's eyes. Daiva sakshat karame. That is manifestation of the divinity is the jnaya, the goal. So Swami is saying that in between, the thing which connects both of them is jnana, which is what he is telling. So it's the triputi. There is jnani on one side or sadhaka who is becoming a jnani, and he becomes a jnani because of the jnana. Which that to get that he has to have good qualities, and then jnaya is the manifestation of the Lord.
Manifestation. Okay.
Sakshat karam. So
yeah.
Can we translate this knower, knowing, knowledge?
Yes.
Knower,
Yes.
knowing, knowledge. This is a triputi.
Okay. Yes, and Sister Anandi.
Sairam, I have a little confusion about the third passage, the first sentence. Any one of these three qualities makes one unfit for the realization of the highest reality, which liberates the individual and merges one in the universal.
Yeah.
I agree with the Rajo and the Tamu, but here the statement it says any one of these three gunas makes the person unfit. But in the writing there in the second passage, first sentence, it says purity sattva guna is steady, pure, unselfish light. So those who have this characteristic will have no wish or want. These category people will be called Atma. The knowledge of Atma or Atmajnana. So why the Swami said any one of these three qualities makes unfit. Maybe even the sattvic person, they would be unfit for the realization of the highest reality. That's the self-realization.
So your question, sister, if I understand correctly, so you are a bit you find this. How can that even a person who has sattva guna is unfit? Is that the question? Yes, that's the question.
That exactly.
Contradictory statement. Yeah, it looks like contradictory, but there is some meaning. It must be there is some meaning in it.
Yes. So let's understand why a person with sattva guna is unfit. I think that's the question.
Yeah.
Others, it seems to be very correct for
Yeah.
everyone. But as soon as Sattva Guna comes, everyone is worried. Maybe the statement is not correct or accurate.
Mm.
So I will again open it up for discussion. So we have two. I don't know if Sakwanti has a question, Auntie, or answer.
No, I want to clarify myself about this fourth state as what do you call it? There are 4 types of worshippers, right? Artha, Artha, Arti, Jignasu, and Jnani. Jnani is a person who is already blossomed into Brahma Tattva. Then, if he has blossomed into Brahma Tattvam in the body, why he has to worry about the Jignasu state only? You are clarifying, sadhaka, inquiry, knowledge, and known are essential. That state is for Jignasu, right? And for person who is Jnani, he has already in the Brahma Tattvam and he has blossomed into that. And so he is almost a realized soul, right? I mean, actually he is ready for merging with God. Then why at this stage, Baba says Jnani to pay more attention to these gunas. After reaching that state, there can be trials.
So Auntie, so I think he has to pay attention. I think that's why it has caused some confusion. Swami is saying essential quality of a jnani is suguna. The essential quality, what is essential for a jnani is suguna. So the person will be endowed with all very good qualities.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is what makes a person a jnani. Of course, we will not be able to have all good qualities until we have the knowledge that we are not the body, we are not the mind, we are the Atman. A jnani is someone who has understood that I am not the body, I am not the mind, and he is existing in that state of consciousness at all times.
Yeah, that Aviya Brahma.
But he is still a sadhaka because he has not yet
completely. Oh, he's still a
the
sadhaka. Okay.
Yes. Because I think in Sandhya Nivarani Swami says, until you have this, come to this, you have not even started sadhana. If you think you are doing sadhana, thinking that you are the body and mind, then you are not that, you have not started even the sadhana. And I think that became a very depressing thing for everyone who on that day. So that means, what are we all doing now? I think that was a question. But I think that is what a jnani is. Jnani is one who has come to be consciously aware of that constant integrated awareness that one is Atma. But after that only the real work starts.
So when the soul has blossomed into Brahma Tattva, understood the Brahma Tattva, then that is the beginning stage. That is
when you start. It's like, you went to elementary school, you went to high school, and then you go to university and you say, I am the junior most. Okay, it's like that. You can't start a university degree until you've come through primary, elementary school and high school. So what we are doing will take us one day, but we should understand until we join the university, we are not on the degree program.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now I understand why Bhagawan says sadhaka, inquiring, knowledge and known are essential.
Yeah, you can say elementary school, middle school, high school is Arti, Artharthi, Jignasu.
University.
Then we go enter the university is Jnana. Okay, or community college or whatever. Okay, and
thank you.
That's my understanding. Others, if anyone has something to add, please add. Yeah. Yes, Brother Dasan.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Mani Auntie, you wanted to say something?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's up. Right. Let Dasan, Brother Dasan go. Brother Dasan, please go ahead.
Thank you, Auntie. So, if you take the Atma, in order to realize I am the Atma, you have to transcend it with the three gunas. So at least I'm coming back to the previous one too. Once you come to the sattvic nature, you are in the deep sea. There won't be any movements or anything, because then you are going to focus on the one pointness. Pleasure and pain is same to you. But so in that, once you come to that level, you have to have so many qualities you're supposed to have. Here, jnani means the sadhaka, the very good sadhaka. So this is my understanding. I'm not taking much time, brother. Sairam.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Yes, Mani auntie.
Regarding on this question, I want to share my this view
Yes,
about
auntie,
it.
please.
Thank you.
Okay. Here, what the sentence says, those who are with the sattva guna, they are steady, pure, unselfish, they are ready. They got the arhata. That is the ability to go to that knowledge, atma gnana. But they have not attained it. They have not attained it so far. They are fit for it. They deserve it. But when you, even that sattva guna also be transcended, all the three gunas have to be transcended to reach that highest reality. So the difference between one is ready, the other thing is when you get rid of even that readiness also of sattva, then you will reach the moksha. Am I clear? I think Anandi, Sister Anandi.
Can you please explain again?
Yeah, the first part, it was clear, Auntie, that about the Atma, knowledge of Atma and the purity. When you come to the second part, that was a bit unclear to me, Didi. I understand that, Didi, maybe. So we need all three qualities. So we go back to the last chapter's end. Maybe it should be in the equilibrium state. Maybe even one of these three qualities. That means the sattvic is we achieve. Maybe still maybe the rajo and the tamo, if it is up or down, then still we have to come in the same line in order to have the realization. Maybe that sort of meaning, maybe in that the third passage for the maybe the auntie, could you please explain that maybe second part?
What I understand, I'm going to tell you, Sherry. See, in a running race, all the runners are ready with their qualities. They have the ability to reach that goal. Only one who has beyond all these abilities, extraordinary ability he must have had, he will reach that goal. I think, is it a better illustration for it? Or when all are ready on the line, they are standing with their background, with their training, with their practice, everything is they're ready, just like that's sattva guna, that they're ready. But the one who goes extraordinary ability, one who has, he will reach the goal. So all the sattva, rajas and tamas, it is just transcended and it goes beyond that, and then he reaches the goal. That's what I have understood. I don't know whether it's clear.
Can I share my understanding on that, please?
Yes.
The sattva guna, then you are ready to get the Atma knowledge. That's what it says.
Yeah,
but in this, you can get it in the third paragraph for the realization of highest reality, because it just the sattva guna will not allow. You are ready to get the knowledge on. For that, you have to do more sadhana to understand the reality. That's a known. So only thing sattva guna will allow you to get the knowledge.
No, the sentence says, any one of these three gunas makes the person unfit.
Yes, it's unfit because they can get the sattvic nature, you can get the knowledge on it. but you cannot realize the highest reality right away. Because of you have only Sattva Guna, it will lead to get the knowledge of it.
No, you have to go beyond. Even
No,
Satguna, Satguna is
beyond.
not.
Yeah.
Swami,
Go beyond.
Yes, that they have to go beyond. So that's why Swami said any gunas makes person unfit for the realization of the highest reality. Because even Sattva Guna will not
no,
help.
it will not help. It will
Yeah.
not help.
That's what my understanding is. Thank you, Saira.
Arun, please. So,
yeah. So I think the question is, I will rephrase the question. The question is, how is Sattva Guna and Suguna different?
oh,
Okay, so the thing is, Suguna is good enough, but Sattva Guna is unfit. So is there a difference between Sattva Guna and Suguna? I will praise the question that way, but I will just leave it at everyone can ponder over, and Sai Satish will speak.
Sorry, Muna, I'm not ready for the Suguna question, but anyway, I will just go with the thing that if we are saying that, okay, let me say, I am a sattvic person. I have Sattva Guna. That means already in me, Sattva Guna is more, Rajas is less, and Tamas is also there. That means there is an imbalance in the three gunas. And where imbalance in the three gunas happen, that means still the small I or Dvaita exists. Only when we go beyond where there is no two and there is just that one, and where that is where Swami is trying to, I think, say, where if we say that a person is tamasic or rajasic or sattvic, that means there is an imbalance in the gunas still, because we are getting identified with one of the gunas. And when that imbalance goes, it is at the state of equilibrium, then we become one with the absolute. With the absolute. And on a lighter note, Anna was saying we go to first like elementary, middle school, then you go to university. And so we think that, at the end of university, we have graduation, but actually you're sentenced for life with a job. So after getting to that state, I think it becomes that even when you get there, it's like till the small I exists, it has to be scrubbed. It has to absolutely become capital I. Only then it doesn't exist. Or else, in some form or the other, the whole process of existence, feeling that identity, and because of feeling that identity, going through the ups and downs, and the Dvaita Bhavam coming up, where the separation exists. So I think only when complete unification happens, and there is absolutely there is no river, only the ocean exists, then I think the equilibrium is attained. So I would put it in that way. For the Suguna thing, I'm thinking maybe Suguna is the equilibrium of the three gunas. So I'll just leave it at that. Sairam.
Sairam, Sai Satish. Very good. Actually, you answered, but you have not acknowledged the answer. But it's okay. Brother Dasan, please go ahead.
Yes, I'm not taking much time. So if we take the Prakriti that is made out with gunas, if we take the Paramatma, there's no gunas. So we studied before, fire will merge with the fire, water will merge with the fire, air will merge with the air only. Same thing, if you want to merge with the Lord, we have to come out with the three gunas, there's no. So if you want to get a job, say we have to take a degree or master or PhD, then we achieve the goal. The last education is important. Same thing, if we take the three gunas, we have to know which the best gunas, the last one. So all the gunas belong to Prakriti. God doesn't have gunas, so we have to come out with the gunas. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Anyone else would like to comment on, share any thoughts? So I think I think Sai Sati is very, very nicely explained. The difference between Sattva Guna and Suguna is, when we say Sattva Guna, that person can at times be ruled by Rajas and Tamas. when rajas and tamas are completely negated, then the only sattva guna remains, or the qualities which are related to sattva guna remains, without any change, without any deterioration. Then that state is of that of a jnani. So the qualities which one exhibits in a state of sattva guna, when it's in force, when it becomes a permanent thing, which will never be blemished by rajo or tamas, at that point in time, jnani is in force. So I think it is just same qualities, but the permanency of those qualities, I think, is a different distinction. That's my understanding. So because of that, the qualities which we express in a state of sattva and in a state of jnani are same. But it is just that when with other gunas are also there in the mix, then we have to say it is sattva guna. That's my understanding also. Maybe it may be wrong, but that's tamas. I will just leave it at that.
When a person is in sattva guna, he is pure, he is unselfish. Swami clearly says this, he has all good, pure, unselfish, is light. And so these characters will have no wish or want at all. So when
there's another term which Swami uses called Shuddha Sattva me.
Shuddha Sattva.
So when it's Shuddha Sattva, you don't call it Sattva Guna.
Yeah.
That is Shuddha Sattva. It's not even a Guna. When we say Guna, that means it's a quality, it's something which is temporary in nature.
Okay.
But Jnani is almost a Shuddha Sattva, means he is in a state of permanent, eternal, unchanging state. Because I think in one place Swami says Purusha is Nischala, Nirmala. So Jnani is almost a reflection of the Purusha. He is Nischala, Nirmala, and Niswartha, which is basically Sattva Guna itself also. Sorry, that's my understanding. Maybe so. That's why I think it's a very subtle difference between Sattva Guna and Suguna. It's my understanding.
But Sai Satish was saying, even in Sattva Guna, if it is predominant, the qualities of tamas and rajas also a little bit will be there. That's what he says.
When we transcend, that will not be there.
Transcend. That's what I wanted to say.
That is when you can only transcend when you don't identify with the small I.
Yeah.
And which is what he was saying. Then that is jnani. That means a person who only knows that the small I doesn't exist. It's an illusion. That's what a jnani is. So he has transcended that small I. At that point in time, the gunas cannot touch.
All the three gunas are negated now.
Yes.
They are negated and we go beyond.
Yes.
We go beyond it. Then he will reach that merges in the universal.
Sairam, in order to have the movement in the earth, as a human being, in order to move, we have to have these three gunas, sattvic, rajas, and tamas. If we come into the equilibrium state, then there is some sort of this standstill or the unmoved in the state of condition. So maybe that may be the reason. Maybe all the jnanis, when they come into that sort of the state, they go and they stay in the nishtaya or in the meditation for years and years. But as a human being, we all are somehow we should be having that unequilibrium state. Then only we can activate, move, from one place to another or one thing to another. So we need some sort of the movement state. Otherwise, how we can survive, even though maybe the sattvic state, it should be higher than the rajas and tamas, but we should be having little bit of rajas and tamas in order to have that sort of movement state. Yeah, is it correct, my understanding?
I don't know.
Anyone would like to comment on Sister Anandi's statement?
Yeah.
Sister Anandi, I think Jnani does not have to go anywhere. He does not have to go and sit and do meditation or anything like that. But this is based on Swami's explanation. I think Sandhya Vahini speaks about it. He says Jnanis will be there. You may bump into them, but you won't even know. Even in the busy thoroughfares of the city. Okay. Okay.
That part I agree, brother. They can even the moving the jnanis, but I thought when these three gunas in the equilibrium we previously discussed, there wouldn't be any movement. Maybe even if it merges in the Advaita state, or maybe without having tried them, then that would be kind of beyond the three gunas stage. And as a human being, my question is whether we should be having all these gunas a little bit. Maybe sattvic it could be dominant, but at least rajasic and tamasic it could be in the dormant state. Otherwise, my question, we cannot move. We would be sitting or stand still. We wouldn't be having that sort of energy to move. Maybe these are the forces it tracks us. Rather than standing in one space, either goes up and down, then it would give some sort of the energy to the moving forward or something. That's it pops up in my mind.
Sister, why do you want to do anything? Why do you want the energy?
As long as we are in this earth, we have to do something, otherwise how can we survive, brother? I could be wrong. I thought that the Swami said, we shouldn't be we shouldn't idle our time, or we cannot. Maybe
Sister,
Swami
I think
set a statement. We should be doing something. We cannot.
Yeah, we
Mani
cannot.
may know that the Swami said something about the as long as we are human, we should do something. Otherwise it's a waste of life or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
good question, sister. Anyone who would like to comment on what sister has asked?
As long as we are living in this world, we need all these sattva, rajas, tamas, of balance or imbalance, whatever is going to take place. But when your goal is to reach that highest reality, why do you need this? When your goal is there, clear, and you reach that goal and forget about all this sattva, rajas, tamas. You're getting liberated there from all this. Sai Ram.
Thank you, Auntie. Anyone else would like to comment on that?
Yes, Sairam, brother. So we have the three gunas. Our main goal is to merge with the Lord. Even the Arjuna, he has the body consciousness and he doesn't know the duty, what is the duty he's supposed to do. That is why still he is not understanding. So we are in that lower state too. So we are in the same position. So our tamas mean you don't understand any spiritual thing. We can put it that way. Rajas mean you are making wealth, even though you do some kind of spiritual work, but you expect the fruit of the action. So then you are going to get into the trouble and you're going to be in the cycle of the birth, multiply and everything. according to the nature. You are not going to be end as a one. You are not going to reach to the God. This is my answer, brother. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, bro. Anyone else would like to comment?
Saramana.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
So actually, Sister Anandi, we think that
I think you had to, the Rajas has to
We
leave it up.
yeah, Saramana, is it okay now?
Yes, yes.
Is it okay? Yeah,
See,
sorry.
without Rajas, you are unable to even hear you. So it's okay.
So yeah, so I was just going to say that, sister, we think that if we are having like too much of sattva and we need little bit of rajas and some bit of the thing for movement, I would just request you to look at like Swami's life, right? That is pure Shuddha Sattva. And if we take Swami's life and see that aspect, of course, we are going to say, oh, he's God, avatar, and all that. But if you see the movement in action, love in action, if you see the number of lives touched, the number of projects that have happened, everything, that is the movement at its ultimate best. So if we are thinking that by having this more of sattva and that less of rajas and tamas will lead to inactivity, I don't think so, because it will lead to maximum selfless activity. So even as we transition and go upwards from tamas to rajas to sattva to shuddha sattva, because the small I is vanishing and in the shuddha sattva only the capital I exists, it literally generates the maximum activity for the wellness of all the other small I's. So you will see the expression of activity, selfless activity, which is love, only go up more and more. So if that clarifies what in terms of activity and movement, Saira.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. Thank you.
I think this this sheds some light what Mani Aunty said previously. When we go beyond that one, it would make, now I can relate what Mani Aunty previously said. Thank you, Brother Sai Satish. Thank you, Mani Aunty.
Thank you, Anandi.
Yeah.
Swami is speaking.
Yeah.
Sairam Sakwanti.
Yes, Dasan spoke about how Artha and Artha-Arthi worshippers, the Jignasu. We are in the Jignasu beginning stage, right? We are in the beginning stage. But the Jnani state is the final state, and the soul realizes the Brahma Tattva. It is in the Brahma Tattva because it has gone through all the 4 stages, and it has come to the stage where he has followed Satyam, Damam, Samdam, Samam, all these qualities they have practiced, and they have reached the Brahma Sattva. So how you said that is the beginning of the university, step 1. Now, how do you go along with this 4th Jnani state? How if they are in the beginning state, what is the other states?
Okay, thank you, Auntie. Maybe I will just go first. Others can add because I open this can of worms. So,
No,
so the thing is, Swami gives in Sandhya Nivarana, Swami says the flower is there first, then it becomes an unripe fruit, then it becomes a riper fruit. But the riper fruit also, it has reached its fullness of ripeness. That fullness of ripeness is it's the progress of the fruit. But when it has fully ripened, then it reaches something called Urva Rukam Iva Bandhanat.
It just
That detachment is the final step. So until that Urva Rukam Iva Bandhanat, the ripening process happens.
Oh,
is the way I understand.
Who can explain like this? Thank you.
Swami can. Only Swami can.
All of you are really contributing so much. Thank you.
Sairam. Yes, Kalyani.
Beginners.
Sorry, Uncle. When we say to transcend the gunas, so is this understanding correct that like the body and the mind and the buddhi, because they are all part of Prakriti, they will have always the three gunas, no matter how far along we progress in the spiritual journey. So the body will still have tamas, the body will still need sleep,
Yes.
all those things will continue on, but to transcend the gunas means we are not attached to that or not affected by that.
We are in control, not the gunas in control. It's like we are in control of the indriyas. The indriyas should not be in control. So you will use them as tools to do whatever you need. If rajas was needed, you will say, okay, rajas, I want to use it, and then you put it away. It is not rajas driving the show. Okay, so that is transcending. Transcending means you're above them. Otherwise, the gunas transcend you. Okay, gunas are above or you are above. Whether you are on the donkey or the donkey is on you. Type of thing.
Good
Okay.
explanation. Thank you so much. That's a very good, a transcend, very good and good one.
Oh, very good.
Very good.
This
We
also
are
Swami.
blossoming. We are blossoming little by little, removing our ignorance.
No, there is a nice story about the donkey story, but I think maybe next time I will tell.
Please, brother, you have time, 2 minutes.
Yeah, please.
No, Kalyani wanted to say something.
But this will just really quickly, Uncle, this line I didn't get. E mudu guna mulunduvarukunu. That line, can you just say when these three gunas are present in someone?
Yeah, that's what it is saying. Any one of these three gunas make the person unfit for the realization. Swami is saying the same thing. E moodu gunamulu undavarakunu.
Sorry, Andy, go ahead, Andy.
Yeah. No, you please go. What is it? E moodu gunamulu undavarakunu nirvikarudai gunatitudai mokshamunu pondaledu. He cannot realize the highest reality, that which is nirvikara and gunatita.
Okay.
When you reach that moksha, you become nirvikara, you become gunatita. Okay, so until these three gunas remain, you cannot reach that moksha where you enjoy that nirvikara, that gunatita state. Okay.
So what we just said, that the three gunas will always be present, but the difference here is that the three gunas are present in you. Are we saying when we transcend them, they're still in the body and in the mind and everything, but they're not inside you?
Yeah, they're bad. You know that body, mind, intellect, all these are matter. So that matter has to be. You have to go beyond that matter and reach that reality, that Chaitanya.
So even mind has to go.
Yeah.
Mind and intellect.
Manonashanam is very important.
And intellect, right?
Yeah, intellect, mind and body all are only Jada Prakriti matter. It's matter. It's only illumined by the Chaitana, that Atman which is inside us, the divine consciousness which is there. It is enlightening all these things and they are working.
So the donkey stories, I will quickly say it.
Yeah,
short.
please say that story.
So there was someone who was going somewhere and he sat on the donkey and he was traveling.
Oh, yeah.
And then somebody looked at him and said, hey, you are just poor donkey. Why are you making it suffer? So, it seems to be so weak. So then the person apparently put the donkey on him and then he started walking and he got so tired. Then somebody said, what's happening? He said, no, I'm carrying the donkey. Then that person asked, why are you carrying the donkey? He said, somebody told me the donkey is suffering, so I am trying to help. Then he said, stupid fellow, don't be on the donkey, let the donkey be not on you. Both of you if you walk side by side, and whenever you need it, you use it.
Yeah.
So in this world, our body is like that. The gunas should be like that. We walk along whenever we need, we use, and otherwise we just leave it. So that it serves the purpose as and when you need. So you are neither attached, sitting on top, or that is sitting on you. You just walk along as needed, you just use it. That's the way we have to use our body. And then we should be fine. Okay, I will
Even-
stop here.
Thank you.
Even the gunas also to be used only in that way.
Yes.
Whatever is needed, it's used.
And then put them aside and say, you come with me.
Yeah,
That's it.
put them aside and then go beyond that.
So we will stop here
Yeah.
and we'll continue next week. Sai Ram, everyone. Oh. Samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sai Ram, everyone.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram.